From Dallas to Los Angeles and a screen near you, here is B Wildcat 2.
Hello everybody, it's B Wildcat 2 here, back today with another Road to the Show quick clip, except as if you clicked on this video, you can obviously tell that this is not a quick clip, almost 40 minutes long of Road to the Show. Continuing on with BJ Wild in the 2016 season, gonna play a Chicago game here real quick, but there will be other games in this video. First, a couple things before I get too far into this video. One, obviously, is if you clicked on this video, you could tell it's going to be a long one, so go get some popcorn or something and just sit down and watch with us. And then second of all, we've been cleaning the house over the weekend, and I'm trying to do this commentary, which I probably won't get all the way done with it, but I'm trying to do this commentary before the vacuum cleaner starts up again, the eternal gratitude from hell, the vacuum cleaner, before that starts up again. So if you hear that in the background, don't worry, nothing's wrong, it's just annoying, but you'll probably still be able to hear me, because I can always talk a little bit louder if the vacuum cleaner gets up, and plus I have my door shut, so shouldn't be a problem. But anyway, first off, one of the topics I wanted to talk about was the Rangers season in 2013 and how I think they're going to do. I actually have had a couple people ask me about this, and I said I'll probably do a video about it in either MLB 13 or MLB 12. And here you go. This is the video. At least the first part of this is going to be my predictions on the Rangers season. If you've been keeping up with the Rangers as I have, which you probably haven't unless you're a Rangers fan like I am, you know that they've made some moves this offseason. They lost a couple big players, and they really didn't. I don't think they made too many free agent signings. They didn't pull any big moves or anything that I at least heard about. As you see, Wild gets a hit in his pinch hit appearance, but Chicago still wins. But they lost Josh Hamilton. He signed with the Angels of Anaheim. They traded Michael Young to the Phillies for a couple pitchers, I believe. And then their catcher Mike Napoli, he moved from the Rangers to the Red Sox. And I think that was everybody that moved around. Now, obviously, there were a lot of people that, like with the Uptons, we were rumored to be in the dealing with the Uptons, with Jake Peavy. There were a lot of moves that we were rumored to be a part of, like that. They're gonna go to the Rangers. No, they're not. No, they're gonna go. Yes, they are. No, they're not. And that was debated and rumored back and forth until Upton eventually signed with Atlanta, and everything else happened, as Wild is actually going to start this game against Chicago now, the second game of the episode here, 3.5 minutes into it. But anyway, the Rangers lost a couple. They lost really with Hamilton and Napoli. They lost some key parts of they lost some big parts in their lineup, and I didn't think they found anybody to fill those holes in their lineup. Yes, they have people to fill the holes defensively, and that's great and wonderful. We're not going to give up. We're going to hold the runners to singles and stop them from getting doubles, but we're not going to have those kind of people in the lineup to reproduce what Hamilton and Napoli were able to do, and even Young too when he was hot in the season. So, but anyway, I think that with the outfield situation, they're going to have Cruz, unless he's been suspended because of his supposed involvement with the PEDs, which that could be another video on its own, but I'll probably end up talking about that here in a few minutes. As long as Cruz is able to be playing most of the season, he'll be out in right field, and they'll have David Murphy out in left field. But their center field they'll probably split time with Julio Bourbon and Craig Gentry. Now, don't get me wrong, both of those guys are good hitters. They can hit for average, but they're not Josh Hamilton. Josh Hamilton was a 5-tool outfielder. He could throw, he could catch, he could run, he could hit for power and hit for contact. So, and he also had speed too. Now, Gentry and Bourbon both have speed, and they both have the ability to play the outfield very adequately, but they don't have the power that Hamilton has. So I think that at least with the Hamilton loss, with my thoughts on Josh Hamilton going to the Angels is that he was good. Yeah, I liked him, and I'm gonna miss him in the lineup. But his problem was that, and especially now that he's moving out to California, his problem was that it was rumored he was having too many off-field distractions with supposed alcohol abuse and supposed drug abuse again. And now Josh, you're going to Anaheim, you're going to California, where drug use and alcohol abuse is rampant, and you're going to claim that you're going to keep away from it in the state that's pretty easy to get it in. I'm sorry, but 2 + 2 does not equal 5, man. I want to believe you, but it's just what can you do? So anyway, so Hamilton's going to be a big loss in our lineup, and Napoli, Mike Napoli was also a big loss too, because as much as we really needed him in the lineup, because we don't have anybody else that like as a catcher or that could play first base or play catcher, and even DH too on some days when playing catcher is gonna give your body wear and tear every day. You can't play catcher for 162 games for 15 seasons and not experience any wear and tear, unless you have you're made of liquid metal or something, and anytime you get hurt, your body just sews itself right back together or something. Sorry, I saw Terminator 2 recently, so I'm making a reference if you didn't know. But the Rangers, instead of trying to get Napoli back, they have Giovanni Soto, and Soto didn't even bat 200 last year, much less bat 300 like Napoli did. So he is going to be. We're going to have to find I think we have a few people that we can bring up from the minors that might be able to play catcher, but they haven't been given the chance, and I don't have the time and the money to go out and see our AAA or even our AA teams and see how our prospects are doing. But we also have the ability now with Mitch Moreland coming back. He can play the outfield. If Cruz is suspended for PED use, we can have Moreland out in the outfield as well. We have the ability between Gentry, Moreland, Cruz, who else? Bourbon and Murphy. Those we have 3 outfield positions, and we can have up to 5 people out, or we can't have up to 5 people, but we have 5 people that we can choose from to play those positions. But I really think that unless Cruz is suspended for PED use, that it'll be Cruz out and right and Bourbon / Gentry in center, because they'll play equal time. It depends on who's pitching. If it's a right-handed pitcher, you can probably see Julio batting that game, and if it's not, then you could probably, if it's a left-handed pitcher, you'll probably see Gentry, and then Murphy can play left field. I mean, all of those, Murphy, and except for Cruz and Moreland, Murphy, Gentry, and Bourbon, they can switch between those 3 and those in those 2 positions. You can switch between Gentry, Bourbon, and Murphy in right field and center, or left field and center field. But about Cruz now, I've come to the part of the top of the video where I talk about my thoughts on Nelson Cruz and his PED use. Now, as a Ranger fan, you don't want to believe that Nelly Cruz was taking PEDs, but with the names that he's been linked with, Alex Rodriguez, Melky Cabrera, and others, you just, like, it breaks your heart because you're thinking, well, those guys have been proven that they've used it before, and so it must be true. As a Ranger fan, I don't want to believe it, but you know, I mean, I'm not naive, I'm not innocent. I can pretty much tell when you're lying, and I think that Cruz isn't telling the full truth. I think he's partially telling the truth that maybe he didn't like use PEDs, but he knew about the guy that was selling them down in Miami or something. There's something like there's something more. There's more layers to the story, just like with the Monte Teo case. There's more to the story than everybody's letting on right now. So, you know, we're all gonna have to see how that turns out. But that's how the outfield's gonna stack up. And then the loss of Young, they'll be fine with Michael Young gone. They've got Mike Olt, the third baseman, who everybody said he was going to be good last year. And he was all right. I mean, give the guy a break. He was in his rookie season, and you can't expect the moon out of a rookie. So once he gets accustomed to how the big leagues are, he'll be fine in the big leagues, and he'll probably have a good career one of these days. So that's how the Rangers will most likely fill all their holes, as Toronto wins the game 2-1. Wild went 1-for-4 in that game, so I think his only hit was a single, maybe, if I remember right. Yeah, or no, he walked. He went 0-for-3 with a walk. But anyway, how I think they're gonna do. This team is not the best on paper. There are definitely better teams on paper, like the Dodgers, the Blue Jays, even the Yankees, the Rays. The Orioles are really good, and the A's and the Angels are better on paper. But I think they'll finish second in the AL West, ahead of the A's and the A's. I think they'll finish ahead of the A's and the Mariners and the Astros. I think the Astros will finish in last, the Mariners fourth, the A's third, and the Rangers second, and the Angels first. Of course, that's what everybody was saying last year, but the Angels have added Hamilton, and I think they added a pitcher too. Did they? No, Peavy went to the Dodgers. I'm sorry. Anyway, so now Wild is about to take on these said Angels of Anaheim and a pitch hit opportunity. But anyway, so I think they'll finish fourth, or not. Wow, fourth. Where the hell did that come from? I think they'll finish second in the AL West. I think they might make one of the wild card positions, but I don't see them advancing past the ALDS, even if they can get past whoever they're facing in the wild card round. It'll probably come down to who's the second best team in the AL East and who's the second best team in the AL West, as the AL Central has really been depleting these past couple years as far as teams and how they've been doing. So that's how it'll probably come down to with the Rangers. I think they'll finish ahead of the A's and the Mariners and the Astros, but I don't expect them to go too far in the playoffs, even if they make the playoffs. So yes, and now it's time to welcome the vacuum into my commentary. Anyway, so I think they'll be second in the AL West, behind the Angels, and Wild struck out in his one at bat as the Angels win 9-6 in that appearance. So I don't predict, I don't think they're gonna have a great season. I figure they'll finish over 500 at least, and like I said, I think they'll finish second. But as far as making the World Series or even making the ALCS, no, that's not gonna happen. So Wild gets 3 of his 4 goals. But that's how I see the Rangers doing this season. If you want me to do another video, like a video later on down the line on how I think everybody's going to do division by division, I could probably do that for you. But anyway, Wild is coming down to this at bat against Mark Lowe and the Texas Rangers down 5-3, as I think this is a pretty significant thing for me. I think this is the first time that I've ever had my guy face off against my team. So it was kind of like, I want to see Wild do well, but is it really, do I want to see him do well against the Rangers? And I don't remember how well he does, but I'm gonna, I think this will be a good transition. I mean, what better timing after we just talked about how we think the Rangers are going to do, and we're going to see the Rangers against BJ Wild in the 2016 season, and actually it'll be Jason Mott instead of Mark Lowe in this game for the Rangers. So Jason Mott does come into the game, and while struggling, he's got a 187 average with 1 home run and 2 RBI in the 2016 season. You saw that in that quick clip last time around. Hey, Hurricanes online. This was from October though, so Hurricanes probably not online now. Oh goodness, that's that. Yes, this is how long I've had this footage on my hard drive, since October. It's been a while since I had this recorded, so Wild fouls that one away, and the count is 1-1 from Mott to Wild. I think Wild needs to do something in this at bat to put his team either get make it 5-4 or make it 5-5. As he works the count to 2-1, it should be 3-0, but sometimes I can be patient and sometimes I can't. I mean, you saw me work a walk in that last game, and now it's 3-1. I've got a good hitters count. Maybe I can do something. I want to hit a home run in Rangers ballpark with my Road to the Show guy. Come on, BJ Wild, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, no, he didn't go around. Oh, bull crap. That's bull. I shouldn't have swung at that, but 3-2 instead of a walk. Maybe I can work a walk here. Took a cutter at the chest, and Wild strikes out in his one at bat at Rangers ballpark, and he doesn't get to even field. He was replaced defensively, and the Rangers win. Tough break. Wild's really been struggling. He needs to get some steroids or something. No, I tease. I mean, that's not funny at all. I don't even know why I said that. But he's 3 for 17 on the season with a 176 average. One of his hits was a home run, and one of them was a double, and I think the other one was a single. So he's obviously still here early in, almost to May of 2016. He's still on the bench because he can't get it done. He hadn't been doing too well against these teams that he's been playing. Like, here we go against Seattle back in Toronto. Bottom of the 8th inning, it's a Mariner lead again. I think it's a 1-run game, or maybe it's a tie game. And Wild is again coming off the bench, and this is BJ Wild's career right here. He's been really struggling, and he's been coming off the bench. He's lucky to even be in the major leagues, and I've probably already spoiled it by now, but it is a tie game, by the way, in the bottom of the 8th inning with nobody out and nobody on against Nick Massett. But this is his career. I mean, he's been struggling, and if I was a manager, I'd send him down too, but Wild is just upset with himself. He knows he can do better, and yet he's not getting it done. As here's the first pitch to Wild. It's a slider outside. See, who says I can't work the count? I mean, except for that swing in Texas just a couple minutes ago. He's patient. I mean, look at that. I would have, if I hadn't been, I don't know why, but I'm not swinging at this, and normally I think I would. I'm not the most patient hitter, but working a count to 2-0. See, there's one that I should have probably laid off. Let's see, where was that one? Yeah, I should have laid off that one, and instead of 3-0, it's 2-1. And now that sinker, I should have swung at that, but 2-2. And that's what kills me, is those pitches that I should lay off and that I swing at. I think I finally take a ball here, and yeah, curveball, 3-2. And again, remember, I worked it to 3-2 and struck out, and then one time earlier I worked it to 3-2 and walked, I believe. So, and yep, another sinker. Oh my goodness gracious. He strikes out again on a sinker. Wild just, I don't know what to say. BJ Wild is just not having the best of performances as Toronto loses in extra innings 10-9. I mean, Wild is not doing his best performance-wise, and his team isn't performing better. His team could perform better too anyway. So, in a 10-9 loss there, I mean, it's just this year, this Road to the Show frustrated me. I hope at least in Road to the Show 13, it'll be a little bit better. I think one of my plans for Road to the Show is that I'll live stream one guy like all the time, that I'll just live stream and maybe put something up for him one or twice or something as Wild is starting this game against the Mariners. But I also will have one that'll be YouTube only, unless I know how to record in live streams now, so we'll have to see how that works out. But even if Wild is struggling, which he has been, I mean, it hasn't helped that he hasn't been on the best teams. I mean, no offense to any Blue Jays fans like Carter B15, but in MLB 12 The Show, this team is, especially in Road to the Show, this team is just god awful. I mean, I'm trying my best, and we're still losing games that we should be winning. And it's like, I've asked for a trade, and they don't think it's the best interest to trade me even if I suck. I don't know why. They want to keep me around even if I keep sucking, but I'm like a mosquito on your mom. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I just try to keep myself entertained in these long commentaries. But like I said, speaking of doing long commentaries, you guys know that I try to do all these commentaries in one take, or if you didn't, now you know. But sometimes in these commentaries, and I don't know if you guys can tell it or not, but there are times when I have to pause the commentary because I have to go do something, or I get interrupted or something, like in the middle of it, so I have to pause it so that it doesn't, like, you guys don't notice it that much. But like, so even especially in this video, I've had to, like I said earlier, the vacuum cleaner's been going, and I had to just go out and help clean something up real quick a couple minutes ago. In all this time, you probably wouldn't have even known it had I not said anything. But I just, like, I feel like being honest with you guys. Like, I don't know if anybody else would say, yeah, I take a couple takes. There are some people that you can tell if their commentary has like breaks are in it or not, or whatever. But you have to have like an instinct. Like, you have to know, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just something about me that I can tell if someone has like taken a break in their video or not, and even if they don't say anything. And what was I doing there? Wild just like strikes out at the curveball, like when it was already in the strike zone. Like, it was practically in the catcher's glove, and then he swung and missed. It reminds me of that commercial where the pitcher's throwing it super fast and it hits the glove, and then he swings and misses or something. It's like that. But like, I mean, this is just awful for Wild, and he can't get anything going, and neither can these Blue Jays. I mean, you've seen they've been losing these close games that they should be winning. If they want to be a powerhouse contender in the AL East, then they need to start winning these games. And I kind of wish that you remember, if you've been here a while, that you remember I got drafted by the Twins and then got traded to the Blue Jays back early when I started this up. But I kind of wish that I hadn't been traded to the Blue Jays. I wish that I'd been traded somewhere else, or even stayed with Minnesota. Because, I mean, just the Blue Jays are pretty bad in this game. And this, you could tell by some of this footage. I mean, I'm almost betting under 100 myself. I'm really struggling. I don't know why I saved this footage. I guess it was because I was having woes or whatever. But anyway, I think there's like the walk and stuff, and every so often, like especially with the next couple few games that are next couple few clips that I have for the quick clips in the series, they're just like one game, and then I stop the recording, because what I'll do is I'll take a game at a time, and if I don't like what I did in that game, I'll dump the footage or whatever, because I just want to show you guys the highlights and not the lowlights of the road to the show. Because I mean, who wants to see me strike out 15 times per game? I mean, it's ridiculous, and that's a fielder's choice. That's not even a hit. And see, Seattle's now winning in the 7th inning, and I've got a chance to bat with a runner on first and one out. And see, no hit. They give me a ground out, even though it was a fielder's choice. Just this is upsetting. I wish that my road to the show guy was better, and that he was like, oh wow, he got a base hit. I can't believe it. That's his first base hit of all the episode, I believe, because he got the walk, and then he finally gets a hit. You got to see that You got to see that guy's ass, I guess. But just took it. Finally gets a pitch he can handle and hits it right back into center field. But that's like, I want you guys to know something about me, about Road to the Show. I'm not the best hitter. I try my best, but like, I'm not anything like Bafe or anything. Like, I struggle, and there's a lot of stuff you guys don't see, like this kind of footage, if you even are watching this, or if you've gotten this far in the video. But now I'm trying to see if I can find a topic to talk about. In other news in my Rangers franchise, I think it's going to be a bittersweet moment, as we're closing in now on MLB 13, the show, and I still haven't finished the franchise up. It'll be a sad day, the last time I put MLB 12 in the show in to finish off the Rangers franchise, because as soon as I'm done with that Rangers franchise, I'm not going to put MLB 12 the show back in ever, and it's kind of bittersweet. I mean, MLB 12 wasn't the best of games by far, but I liked it, and I thought it could have been better. And obviously, if you guys saw my wish list, then you would know that, hey, that's going to be another infield hit. Finally, Wild now 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 or whatever. I don't know what they're going to call it, but Wild finally has two hits in a game for the first time all season long, and then he gets pinch run for by Travis Snider. And I think, let's see here, what happens in this game. Did we end up losing or did we end up winning? We ended up winning, and I went 2 for 5, but one of those was a fielder's choice. So I reached base 3 times, 2 hits and 1 fielder's choice, but we win finally. It's a rarity, I guess. But you see the fielder's choice, the single, and then the single in the 9th, and we went 6-4. But now we've got our batting average back up to 217 here early on in April of 2016. And I don't think it's in this episode, but I think in one episode coming up, or and not this episode, but maybe one coming up or one close to now, is actually the infamous episode where Wild gets sent back down to AAA because of a stupid trade that the Blue Jays make, and then Wild gets mad, considers retiring, then plays the minors, and I don't have any footage recorded in the minor leagues. Comes back at the end, and he comes back at the end of 2016 back to the Blue Jays, and hopefully I think he does better, but I can't remember. It's been forever since I recorded some of this footage, so I think this is the last game of the episode, though, against the A's. We've got a 15-11 record, and they've got a 10-15 record, so we're supposed to be better than they are, but you never know, especially with this Blue Jays team. And Wild will be getting the start today. And what the crap was that? He just swung and missed at a pitch in batting practice. Oh my goodness! Sometimes these videos sometimes these Road to the Show games just like wear you out, especially with the videos about him. But he finally homers. Maybe that's a good omen for this game. I don't know. We'll have to see. But okay, I have a question for you guys. If you're around here this long in the videos, that was Tattoo. That's a home run. Not bad. If you're still around in this point of the video, I have a question for you. If you could have any if you could have any game if you could tell a game developer any game to produce, sports game, like this is just sports. We might do something else, but at a different time. But if you could tell one game company that makes games or whatever to make one game, what would you ask for? For me, I think I'd have to ask either 2K Sports or EA Sports to make another NCAA basketball game. But that's just me. I liked the NCAA basketball games. In fact, I'm looking over here at my PS2 games, and I've got College Hoops 2K7 and NCAA March Madness 07 for those PS2, and those were fun games. And then also for the Xbox 360 that I don't even play anymore because it's my brother's and they play it, had College Hoops 2K6, and I liked that game too. But I kind of wish they'd make those games again. And then obviously, if I don't know if anybody remembers this or not. They probably do if you're around my age, or even if you're just maybe 1 to 2 years younger than I am. Like if you're in high school this year, you probably remember back in the PS2 there was EA Sports came out with a college baseball game, and if you played that was pretty fun. In fact, I think I have a video recorded of it from from a friend's house with not any like thing like Dazzle. I think it was cell phone recorded, but it was a pretty fun game. I had fun playing it, but I don't know if anybody else did or not. It's kind of like what, like, you know, I told you that I'd want a college basketball game made again, but especially since there hasn't been a college basketball game since March Madness 10 from EA Sports, and there hasn't been a college hoops game since 2K8. Like college hoops 2K, there hadn't been one since 07, which was 2K8, and then there hasn't been one for EA Sports since 09, which was in NCAA March Madness or NCAA Basketball 10. I think it was March Madness back in 07, but this was NCAA Basketball 10. But anyway, Wild still struggling. The A's or the the Blue Jays are still struggling. They're losing 3-0 to this Oakland team, and they only have 2 hits. But now they have a runner on for Wild with nobody out. And it looks like the 5th inning. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Back to the Mendoza line at 200 with 1 home run and it looks like 3 RBI. Bottom of the 7th inning in a 3-0 game. Need to get something going for the Blue Jays. Does Wild. And the first pitch to him is whacked right down the third base line. There's 1 at second and there's 2 at first. A double play by Wild. And Blue Jays keep struggling. Wild keeps struggling. This is going to be a tough year, especially since they're going to send him down, and Wild's going to think about retiring, and then Wild's going to play his minor league and be upset about it and want to get back to the majors. And then finally, when he does, we'll have to see how he does when he gets back to the major leagues. But if you guys like me posting one of these per day or one of these every other day, let me know how you guys want that in the comments below. Obviously, I don't think any more of them are going to be like 40 minutes long like this one was, but I don't remember. I probably could look right now and save some time, but also I could just wait and look after this video, but they are losing 4-0 in the 9th inning, and it's not going to help. That Wild is probably not going to do anything here. He actually takes a changeup for a strike. The count is 0-1. And let's see here. The next quick clip is going to be, how long is it? 27 minutes. Then after that, it's a 10-minute video, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 7 minutes, and then 26 minutes. But then that's the last of the Dazzle footage right there, and then we get into HD Road to the Show, and then that's it for Road to the Show. That's all I have recorded after that, as I've got some HD footage after that. But 1-2, 4-1 game. Wild sends it deep to center field, going back to the track at the wall, and that is off the wall. Heading to third is Wild, and he is going to be safe with a triple, his first hit of the ball game. And now they've got, in a 4-1 game, they've got to make a rally. As look at that, the big hit by Wild there, a good at bat, 18 skill points. He doesn't even look happy about it though. He just hit a freaking triple, and he looks like he just struck out. Or well, he doesn't look angry. He just looks like he doesn't even have any facial expression or anything. Like, if I hit a triple, I would be like, yeah, and be like fist pumping and had a big grin on my face. But that's just me. So Wild's stuck at third base for a little while, and we can't do anything. So, but that is a strikeout of Kelly Johnson there for the first out here in the 9th inning. So now Wild's still stuck at first base with a 3-2 count on the next batter, and he goes back to third, as they thought he was going to run or something, I guess. I don't know, but it's kind of boring being at third base. You can't do anything. Oh, he looked like he was going to steal, but he didn't, and it's a walk to the batter. So I guess that kind of threw the pitcher off as he walked the batter. I guess you can play a little head games when you only have like fourth of the running on when you're on base, as the pitch hitter will be Eric Thames or Thames or whatever. With one out, got to avoid getting into the double play, as he's the tying run in a 4-1 game. And the vacuum cleaner comes back on. Why couldn't you have just waited a couple more minutes, as I'm almost done with this commentary? Chopped down the right field line, but foul and out of play. Still 2-2 with one out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The set and the pitch is grounded foul again, this time down the left field line. And it is still 2-2, as now he's got to hit one either in the center field, or he's got to either get on base or get a hit, drive in this run. Oh, and they call him out looking on that fastball. It's the second out, and now it'll be up to Larry Manley. He's got a 2-0 count with 2 outs. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm going, as long as he makes contact. With 2 outs, I'm going. So, makes contact, I'm going, and that is a fly out, it looks like. And that ends the ball game. And the A's win 4-1. But Wild gets a triple, and that's all he gets for the game. Thanks for watching this not quick clip, even though I'm going to title it quick clip. Basically, what I'm just meaning is that I'm not going to do any editing. This is just the raw gameplay with commentary over it. So that's what I mean by quick clips. I thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around this long, go get yourself some cookies or some candy or something. Wait, no. Excuse me. Let's be healthy. Go get yourself some carrots or some celery, okay? If you made it this long, go get some carrots or some celery, alright? Listen to what I said. Don't get any junk food or fat food. That'll just that'll make you fat, because you shouldn't be sitting around playing video games all day. You should be up and active outside. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'm finally glad I made it through this 40-minute video. I mean, if you think you're tired just watching the 40-minute video, just imagine how I feel, because I was the one that had to make the 40-minute video. But we are now officially in May of 2016, and that's where we'll pick up next time around in these Road to the Show quick clips. I thank you guys for watching this video, and I encourage you to come back for the next quick clip, which will either be tomorrow or the next day.